Now let's try this question. A, B, C, D, E and F are a group of friends from a club. There are 2 doctors, 1 lecturer, 1 architect, 1 accountant and 1 lawyer in the group. There are 2 married couples in the group. The lawyer is married to D, who is a doctor. Okay, so we don't know who is male, who is female. So I write spouse 1, spouse 2. Okay, so the lawyer is married to doctor, that is D. Okay, then C, the accountant. Okay, so accountant, and that is C, is married to F, who is a lecturer. So lecturer F. Okay, A is married to D. So this is A precisely. And E is not a doctor. So now we are left with E and B. Okay, there were 2 doctors, so 1 doctor is already there. So the other doctor should be B, and then the remaining profession is architect, so E is architect. Okay. No lady in the group is either an architect or an accountant. That means accountant is not female, that means accountant is male. Right, that means lecturer is female because they are husband wife, so that is female. Okay, now what is E's profession? E's profession is architect. How many members of the group are male? Okay, see, in this case we know that architect and this architect and accountant, 2 of them are definitely not females, but for remaining 4 we are not so sure, right? We don't know the status of A and D, so we cannot say how many males are there. Okay, so that is cannot be determined. I hope you are clear. Okay, select a pair of sentences that relate logically with the given statement. We have already done these sort of questions in our previous session. Here we have either or combination. So one of the things should happen, right? Either Sita is sick or she is careless. So I assume this to be P or this is Q, right? So if P is not there, that means Q is there, right? Or if Q is not there, that means P is there. Okay, so now let's check the options. A, B. A is Sita is not sick. That is negative P. If negative P is there, that means Q should be positive. That means Sita is not sick. That means she is careless. So Sita is not sick. That means she is careless. So we have A, D combination as correct. Okay, no need to check further. Now Ram gets a swollen nose whenever he eats hamburgers. Okay, that means whenever he eats hamburgers, he gets a swollen nose. So I assume this to be P, this to be Q, right? So if P, then Q. That means if not Q, then not P. So we check the options. A, B, Ram gets a swollen nose. Ram does not eat hamburgers. Okay, so that's wrong. So in fact, if I check this one, Ram does not get a swollen nose, that is negative Q. That means Ram does not eat hamburger, that is negative P. So this one is correct. Okay. And other correct one is P to Q. That means if P then Q, that means he eats hamburger. So that is option A, and he gets a swollen nose. So that is D and A, right? He eats hamburgers, he gets a swollen nose. So either D, A or CB. So among the options, CB is correct. Now let's see this question. There were X pigeons and Y maynas in a cage. One fine morning, P of them escaped to freedom if the bird keeper knowing the only that the value of P was 7. That means in all pigeon plus manna 7 birds escaped to freedom. Okay, and he was able to figure out without looking into the cage that at least one pigeon has escaped. Then which of the following does not represent the possible XY pair? Okay, so the question is really simple. No need to go for any sort of paperwork. See here, X represents pigeons and Y represent manna. Now at least one pigeon has to be there. That means the value of Y should be less than 7 definitely. The number of mannas should be less than 7. Obviously, then only if the 7 birds are flying away, they would have at least one pigeon. Okay, suppose I take the example of this option 2, 7 pigeons and 2 manna, right? So if 2 manna are flying away, that means 5 pigeons are also flying away. Okay, but in this case, right, if all the mannas are flying away, that then there will be no pigeons who will be flying. Okay, so this is wrong. All of them are correct. Okay, so does not represent the possible XY pair. That means this is not a possible XY pair. I hope that's clear to you. Okay, now this question. Consider the following steps. Put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Okay. Okay, so I start x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Then replace x by xy. So x is equal to 2, right? So this is the second step. Then replace y by y plus 1. So y is equal to 3. So if y is equal to 5, go to step 6, that means stop. Otherwise go to step 5. Okay, step 5 is go to step 2. Right, so further x we will be replacing by xy. So x is 2 and y is 3, so the new x is 6. Then replace y by y plus 1, so that is 4. So still it is not 5, so further we have to go to the step 2. So further x by xy and y by y plus 1. So now y is 5. Okay, so when y is 5, x is 24. Okay, so that's pretty simple. 116 people participated in a singles tennis tournament having a knockout format. The players are paired in the first round. The winner of the first round are paired up in the second round, and so on till the final is played between two players. Okay, so if after any round there are an odd number of players left, one player is given a bye. That is, he skips that round and plays the next round with the winners. Okay, find the total number of matches played in the tournament. Okay, so in this case what is happening, suppose see, 116 is a very big number. I would like to give you the example of knockout. What exactly is knockout? Suppose we have maybe 4 players, right? Say A, B, C and D. Now first match these two people will play, right? So one of them will be winner, right? Whoever is this, maybe A or maybe B, but one of them will be the winner. The winner of these two will play the game with C, right? And winner of this game will play with the game with the last person, that is D. So if there are 4 people, there will be 3 games, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, if there are 5 people, say P, Q, R, S and T. So one between these two, winner of these two will play with this, winner of these two will play with this, winner of these two will play with this. Okay, so in all 4 games will be there. So that is what is a knockout tournament or knockout playing. Knockout format, I'm sorry. So in this case 116 participants are there, right? So the total number of matches played in the tournament will be 1 less than 116, that is 115. So that's pretty simple. No need to go for all the Ramayana that is given over here. Okay, even if you go by that method you will be getting the same answer, but that will be time consuming. So if at all you understand the meaning of knockout format, you can do this question very easily. Now, see this question. The last time Rahul bought Diwali cards, he found that four types of cards that he liked were priced at rupees 2, 3.5, 4.5, and rupees 5 each. As Rahul wanted 30 cards, he took 5 each of two kinds and 10 each of the other two, putting down an exact number of 10 rupee note on the counter payment. How many notes did Rahul give? Okay, so first we note down type 1. I don't say that it is rupees 2 or 3.5. I'm just writing down type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Now he took 5 each of two kinds, right? So 5 card of this type, 5 card of this type, and 10 cards, 10 cards. Now in after all we want a figure that is multiple of 10, right? That is the sum of the entire that means the total sum is multiple of 10. Okay, so now you can see among the prices 2 and sorry 2 and 5, they are full figure integers, but 3.5 and 4.5 they are not integers. So if I multiply 3.5 to 5 or 4.5 to 5, then they will give me the fractional value, that is the decimal numbers, right? But we want the total to be round figure, that is multiple of 10. So I have two options, right? 3.5 into 5 plus 4.5 into 5. So they will be, both of them will be point in 0.5s. So when they will be added, they will be the sum of them will be integer. So one is this option. Otherwise 3.5 into 10, 4.5 into 10, 2 into 5, and 5 into 5. Okay, so in that case what will happen? 35, 45, and I'll be getting a figure that is multiple of 5 but not multiple of 10. So if I add all of them, I'll be getting the unit digit as 5. Okay, so that is also ruled out because the unit digit has to be 0. So I'm left with 5 into 3.5, 4.5, 2, and 5. Right? So 5 into, I can do 4 plus 3, 7, and 1, 8. So 5 into 8, that is 40. Then 10 into 7, that is 70. So in all 110 rupees. So that is 11 notes of 10 rupees. Okay, so other options do not match. The sum is 30 over here since he bought 30 cards. So if we place 3.5 somewhere over here or over here, the sum will not be a multiple of 10. Okay, so this way you can do this question very easily. I hope that's clear. X and Y are playing a game. There are 11 50 paisa coins on the table and each player must pick up at least one coin but not more than 5. The person picking up the last coin loses. X starts. How many coins should he pick up at the start to ensure a win no matter what strategy Y employs? Okay, so it's X turn, then Y turn, then X turn, and then Y turn. Okay, now since the person who is picking up the last coin is losing, that means, and if X has to win, that means this story, right? The story should end with 10 coins. After X picks up the last coin, there should be just one coin that has to be picked up by Y, right? And at the last also, X should not pick up more than 5. Okay, so what we can do, we can go by backward approach. That would be really simple to do. Suppose X picks up 4. Now in that case, Y may pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, right? Any. Now we just have to check whether if X is picking up 4 and Y is any of them, then X should be left with between 1 to 5. Right, between 1 to 5. Now x4, y 1, so X can pick 5. So the total will be 10 and the 11th coin has to be picked up by Y in that case. So 4, 5, 6, then 4, then 4 and 3, 7, and 3, 10, 4 and 4, 8, 2, 4 and 5, 9, and 1. Okay, so this is the perfect solution, right? If they adopt this strategy, if X adopts this strategy, 10 coins will be finished by the chance by the last chance of X. After that, one coin will remain on the table that has to be picked up by Y. So he will be losing. So 4 is the correct answer. But suppose we take up any other option. So what happens? Let's judge. Suppose x picks up 3. Y may 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 and 4, 3 and 1, 4. So in that case, x at max he can pick up 5. At max he can pick up 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one coin will be left out from 10. So that y will pick up. So in that case, the 11th coin has to be picked up by x. So he will be losing. Okay. So no need to check further. If x picks up 3, he will be losing. Similarly, if I take for f for 5, so the same case 5 and 1 6, so no problem. But over here the problem will be there. Here 5 and 5 10. Okay, so the remaining 11th coin will have x will have to pick up. Okay, 5 and 5 10. So even in this case x will be losing. So this is a single case where x will not be losing in at all. Okay, whether y picks up 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in his chance. So I hope that's clear. The auto fare in Ahmedabad is calculated using the meter reading and the following process. The meter reading in paisa is rounded up to the multiple of 4 just greater than this reading. For instance, if the meter reading is 37 paisa, it is rounded up to 40 paisa. The resultant is multiplied by 12. The final result is then rounded off to the nearest multiple of 25 paisa. If 53 paisa is a meter reading, then what will be the actual fare? Okay, so that's pretty simple. First of all, 53 paisa, we need to round it up to nearest multiple of 4, that is 56 paisa. So that is 0.56 rupees, and then multiply by 12. Then we have to round it off to nearest multiple of 25 paisa. So 12 6 are 72. So it is 6.72. So nearest multiple of 25 is 75.75. So it should be 6.75. Right? Juhi and Bhagyashree were playing simple mathematical puzzle. Juhi wrote a 2-digit number and asked Bhagyashree to guess what it was. Juhi indicated that number was exactly thrice the product of its digits. So that's pretty simple question. You just go backward instead of guessing the number. So 6 3s are 18, 18 into 3 54, so it cannot be the correct option. 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, so this is the correct option. Okay, 4 2s are 8, the product of its digits, right? So the number is thrice the product of a digit. So product is 8, 8 into 3, that is 24, so this is 24. So that's correct. After paying all your bills, you find that you have rupees 7.2 in your 20 in your pocket. You have equal number of 50 paisa and 10 paisa coins, but no other coins, nor any other currency notes. How many coins do you have? Okay, so that's pretty simple. You can go by options as well, or you can calculate it also. Suppose you have x number of 50 paisa coins, so the value will be 0.5x plus 0.1x, because number of coins in of both the denomination are same, and the total is 7.2. So x comes up to 12, right? So 12 50 paisa coins and 12 10 paisa coins, so in all 24 coins. Okay, even you can go by backward approach as well. So suppose 8 is the correct answer, so 4 and 4. So this 2 rupees and this is 40 paisa. So but we want the total to be 7.2, so it's incorrect. Similarly, you can check the remaining options. Okay, and even if you make the equation, that is also pretty simple. Now in this set there are 5 questions. Precisely this is a problem of data analysis. Okay, Allowed has received a large order for stitching school uniforms from Mayflower School and Little Flower School. He has 2 cutters to cut the fabric, 5 tailors to do the stitching, and 2 assistants to stitch the buttons and buttonholes. Each of these 9 persons work for exactly 10 hours a day. Each of the Mayflower uniform requires 20 minutes for cutting the fabric, 1 hour for stitching, and 15 minutes for stitching the buttons and buttonholes. On the other hand, each Little Flower uniform requires 30 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes for cutting, stitching and buttonholes respectively. Okay, so first of all what we can do, since there are 5 questions in this set, we can just arrange the data in a tabular form, right? So we have three types of persons working over here: cutters, then tailors, and button assistants. Okay, and everybody is working for 10 hours. So cutter, total number of available hours for us, 2 cutters were 10 hours, 20 hours. Tailor, 5 tailor, 50 hours, and assistant, 2 assistant with 10 hours, so 20 hours, right? Now each of Mayflower dress each take 20 minutes of cutting the fabric. This is in hours and this is in minute, be careful. 1 hour for stitching, 20 minutes for cutting the fabric, 60 minutes for stitching, and 15 minutes for buttons. Okay, then little flowers, 30 minute, 60 minute, and 30 minute. Okay, now we take the questions one by one. On a particular day, a lot decided to complete 20 little fly uniforms. How many Mayfly uniforms can be completed on that day? Okay, so first of all, let's find out how many hours does it take to make 20 little flower uniform. Okay, so little flower, 30 minute of cutting. So in 30-minute cutting for per one dress, so 20 for 20 uniform, it will be precisely in 1 hour 2 dresses. So for 20 dresses, 20 uniforms, 10 hours. So we are left with 10 hours. Okay, 10 hours of cutting. Then 30 hours of tailoring, because 1 hour per dress, so we are having 50 tailor hours, so 30 hours for tailoring, and then 30 a minute of assistance, so that precisely once again 10 hours. Okay, or if at all you are confused at any stage in conversion between minutes and hours, then you can calculate the entire thing in hours. Okay, so precisely it is 20 hours, that means it is 1200 minutes. This is 50 into 60, that is 3000 minutes, and this is 20 into 60, once again 1200 minutes. Okay, so the problem will become easy for you and the calculation will be done faster. Now we are left with 600 minutes, then 1800 minutes, and then 600 minutes. Okay, so little flower work is completed. Now we have to make Mayflower uniforms. So 20 minute in cutting, so in 600 meter a minute one can cut this these persons can cut 30 uniforms, right? So 20 minute, and then in this yes, 30, 1800 divided by, still it is 30 hours, 30 uniforms. Okay, so at max 30 uniforms can be made. Since assistant are taking less time, so no need to calculate further. Okay, if a lot decides to complete 30 little flower uniforms only and do nothing else on a particular day, how many total man hours will be idle? So 30 little flower uniforms, so 30 into 30, 900 minutes have gone, so it's left with 300 minutes in case of cutting. Then 30 into 60, that is 1800, so 1200 minutes this, and then 30 into 30, 900, so 300 minutes this. So 12 and 6, 1800 minutes, that means 30 man hours will be idle. Okay, 1800 minutes, that is 30 man hours are consumed. I'm sorry, idle. Okay, so that's pretty simple. What is the maximum number of little flower uniforms that a lot can complete in a day? Little flower. So in that case, we have to find out the time on in each case, right? So 30 minute in cutting one dress and available hours are 1200, so 40 dresses. So 40 dresses can be cut. So we just have to check the least time. then 60 a minute in stitching, so 50, and in this case also 40. Okay, so at max he can complete 40 dresses. So that's pretty simple. A lot has an option to hire one more employee of any category. Which category should he hire to get the maximum increase in production capacity, assuming that he needs to stitch only Mayflower uniform on that day? Okay, so only Mayflower uniform. So suppose cutting 1200 hours, 1200 minutes are available, 20 minutes, that means 60 dresses can be cut. In this case, 50 can only be made, and in this case, 80. So number of tailors are becoming less. Okay, so if he hires one tailor, his productivity will increase. Okay, if he has one more assistant, what is the maximum number of Mayflower uniforms that he can complete in a day? So this is the data of Mayflower only, and we can see that there is a shortage of tailor, right, not of assistant. So if tailors are hired, then only productivity will increase, otherwise no. Okay, so in that case also 50 will be the maximum number of uniforms that can be stitched. I hope all the questions are clear.